A local chapter of the NAACP has filed a civil rights complaint with the FBI against a Manatee County sheriff's deputy. It all started with what they say should have been a routine traffic stop, but ended with a man being arrested who does not appear to have done anything to do with that initial stop.
ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has been investigating this story and spoke to the man who was arrested. Bobeth.
Well, we've all heard stories of people saying they were falsely arrested. Well, that's exactly what one Manatee County man said happened to him. And while the Manatee County Sheriff's Office did admit fault on the part of the detective, the local NAACP is asking the FBI to get involved.
I heard a knock on the door, bam, 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 bam.
Ricky Williams is describing the night of December 5th, 2016, when a Manatee County Sheriff deputy paid him an unexpected visit.
All of a sudden he said, "Do you have a red sweater?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you have a ID?" I said, "Yes, my identification's in the room." And he said, "Can you go get it?" And I said, "Yes." And as I turned to get my identification, Officer Wren came through the screen, tearing through all of this, came in my house, grabbed me, drugged me outside, body slammed me on the ground here.
Williams was arrested for obstruction of justice. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office incident report, Detective Wren had just completed a traffic stop where the passenger ran off. That person's description, black male with dreads.
Mr. Williams happens to be black and have dreads, and the person that they were chasing had on flip-flops. So I guess if you're black and you have dreads, you run the risk of being arrested.
The incident resulted in an MCSO misconduct complaint. During the investigation, the canine deputy, who was also on scene, stated the canine did not track to the doorway the subject was in. The canine deputy's interview went on to say the dog tracked the suspect to another yard and over a fence. As a result, the internal investigation sustained the misconduct complaint on allegations of neglect of duty. The report read in part, Detective Wren's actions was based on an unlawful stop and detention based on vague suspect description. The report went on to say the circumstances surrounding the arrest are void of any malicious or intentional ill will and can be attributed to the lack of knowledge concerning criminal law procedures. The detective was reprimanded with a suspension of 25.8 unpaid hours. But Manatee County NAACP President Rodney Jones isn't happy.
For us, it was quite stunning that you would be able to basically assault someone, false arrest, conspire a charge to get him arrested, and then get 25 hours off from work. And not in the Sheriff's Department refused to address the issue of the civil rights violation with Deputy Wren going into the home.
In addition to the allegations of a civil rights violation, Williams says he's battling prostate cancer, and during the arrest, he had to be taken to the hospital.
When he grabbed me out of my house, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna kill me." They got away with it. As far as I'm concerned, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not happy about that because these same people that did this to me are still out there.
We reached out to the sheriff's office, but they repeatedly declined to comment. It's important to note that the charges against Mr. Williams were eventually dropped, and the FBI civil rights complaint has been filed, but no word yet on the progress of that complaint.